It was a quiet, celebratory morning when Smokey Robinson turned 85. Yet the energy surrounding him felt electric. "You don't even look close to it," someone said, and he laughed, a soft, melodic chuckle that seemed to carry the weight of decades. "I feel 50, he replied, clearing his throat with a twinkle in his eye. This reflection of vitality felt fitting for a man whose life had spanned nearly 9 decades, filled with music, creativity, and moments of triumph that many could only dream of. From traveling the world to earning a place in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, Smokey Robinson's influence has endured for decades. His voice and lyrics have defined the very language of love and emotion, making him Motown's soft-spoken poet. But behind his charming and graceful persona lies a story full of depth, resilience, and challenges that shaped him into the icon he is today. The boy from Detroit, humble beginnings. Long before the bright lights, the awards, and the worldwide tours, Smokey Robinson was simply William Robinson Jr., a quiet boy growing up in the north end of Detroit. His world was modest, but filled with rhythm, laughter, and a strong sense of community. Family and neighbors formed a tight-knit support network, and his childhood was shaped by the steady hum of a city in motion. His mother, Flossie, worked tirelessly to provide stability, instilling in him the resilience and grounding that would carry him through his life. His older sister, Geraldine, often became a second parent, guiding and protecting him in ways that left lasting impressions. His father was intermittently present, working odd jobs to support the family but often away, which created a void in Smokey's life that he would later try to understand and navigate. Detroit, during the 1940s and 50s, was a city of transition, marked by migration, factory work, and a vibrant music scene spilling from porches, churches, and street corners. Every beat, every melody became part of Smokey's consciousness, shaping his early imagination. By his early teens, Smokey was already writing songs, pouring ideas into notebooks that he hoped would one day matter. The formation of the Miracles, building dreams. While school wasn't necessarily his path to success, it was a place where Smokey honed his identity and built relationships with friends who would become early collaborators. He formed a group called the Five Chimes, which later evolved into the Matadors, and ultimately became the Miracles, the group that would define his early career. They rehearsed in basements, small living rooms, using borrowed microphones, with little more than ambition driving them. Every song they created was a labor of love, a testament to their hope and persistence. In 1957, everything changed when Smokey met Berry Gordy. Berry was older, ambitious, and well-versed in the mechanics of the music business, while Smokey brought raw, unshaped talent. When Berry saw the notebooks crowded with nearly 100 unfinished songs, he recognized the potential in Smokey and helped channel that talent into what would become the Motown sound. Their partnership would prove transformative, with Berry acting as mentor, collaborator, and friend, guiding Smokey through the complexities of the music industry while preserving the emotional authenticity that made his music stand out. Shop Around, a breakthrough moment. By 1960, the Miracles released Shop Around, Motown's first million-selling hit. For Smokey, it was a confirmation that the quiet boy from Detroit had something extraordinary to offer the world. Success arrived swiftly, but it was built on the lessons of his youth, his mother's steadiness, the gaps left by his father's absence, and the understanding that songwriting could express emotions that words alone could not. As the 1960s unfolded, Smokey expanded his role beyond that of a performer. He became a songwriter, producer, and even vice president at Motown, shaping the label's identity and helping define a sound that would influence generations. Despite the triumphs, the pressures of leadership, the burden of public image, and the emotional vulnerabilities he had carried since childhood began to surface. These complexities would follow Smokey throughout his career, influencing both his professional and personal life. The architect of Motown, a foundation of heart. As Motown flourished, Smokey became one of the central architects of its success. His songwriting was grounded in real human emotion, and he crafted hits not only for the Miracles, but also for artists like The Temptations, Mary Wells, and Marvin Gaye. In the studio, Smokey's meticulous approach, his precision, patience, and unwavering commitment to perfection set him apart. But Smokey's influence went beyond his music. He became a stabilizing presence, mentoring younger talents and helping Berry Gordy shape a label that forever altered the American cultural landscape. However, even amidst these triumphs, the demands of constant touring, tight recording schedules, and high expectations began to take a toll. The admiration for Smokey was unquestioned, but that admiration came with its own set of responsibilities. He was expected to lead, mentor, and maintain a public persona, a combination of roles that would soon test his limits. Marriage and strains, balancing fame and personal life. In 1959, Smokey married Claudette Rogers, a fellow member of the Miracles and one of the first women to play a significant role in Motown's rise. Their love, rooted in the simplicity of youth, was strengthened by long hours spent rehearsing and a shared ambition to build something extraordinary together. Publicly, they became one of Motown's most beloved couples, admired for their unity and poise. However, the pressures of fame and constant touring soon introduced strains into their relationship. Claudette endured the hardships of being on the road, managing pregnancies and the physical toll of constant travel. Meanwhile, Smokey, balancing his growing fame and responsibilities, found it increasingly difficult to maintain the normalcy of home life. Although their love remained steady, the demands of the music industry began to create tensions that would shape the course of their relationship. Behind the scenes at Motown, creative tensions and rising expectations. Motown was more than just a record label. It was a complex and often high-pressure environment. Beyond the polished image of chart-topping hits and glamorous performances were long hours, creative disagreements, and occasional rivalries. Smokey's close relationship with Berry Gordy provided stability, but it also tethered him to responsibilities that often overshadowed his personal ambitions. By his early 30s, he had become vice president at Motown, a prestigious role that also came with immense pressure. He was balancing administration, mentoring, songwriting, and performing, all while trying to protect his personal life from the glare of public scrutiny. The early 1970s brought mounting exhaustion as Smokey began to realize that the intensity of life at Motown left little room for self-care. He began considering a future beyond the Miracles, a decision that shocked many, but reflected a quiet yearning for balance that had been growing inside him for years. The storm behind the spotlight. Struggles and personal complexity. By the mid-1970s, the life Smokey had built started to feel strained under the weight of unspoken tensions. Though he remained productive and admired, the discipline that had once anchored him began to falter. Fame had opened emotional fault lines that Smokey had previously kept hidden, and he found himself confronting personal and professional challenges that were difficult to manage. His friendship with Diana Ross, which had started years earlier, evolved into a deeper emotional connection. Though never public, their relationship introduced new complexities. They shared history, ambition, and the pressures of Motown, and their closeness eventually blurred into intimacy. Like many aspects of his life, this relationship was nuanced, marked by affection, respect, and the challenge of balancing personal desires with existing commitments. A changing Motown, adaptation, and personal growth. As Motown expanded and relocated to Los Angeles, the familiar environment that had nurtured Smokey's creativity began to change. Younger artists arrived, and the collaborative atmosphere of Detroit gave way to a faster-paced, more competitive industry. Smokey, who thrived in stable environments, faced the challenge of adapting while still preserving his creative integrity. The gradual changes in his marriage to Claudette mirrored the shifts within the company. Once a steady partnership, their relationship began to show signs of strain, marked by long separations and the pressures of touring. Although they never publicly criticized one another, the growing distance between them became evident as time passed. Professional tensions at Motown, including creative disagreements and evolving leadership, mirrored the challenges he faced at home, contributing to a growing sense that the world he once knew was changing irrevocably. Personal loss and reflection. Facing the future. By the early 1980s, Smokey found himself at a crossroads. The public persona he had built masked years of emotional strain, professional pressure, and the complexities of balancing personal and professional life. His marriage to Claudette, while enduring, eventually came to an end in 1986. This quiet conclusion was the result of years of small fractures and inevitable growth apart. Around the same time, Smokey began a period of deep reflection. He considered his life choices, his role in the music industry, and the habits that had accompanied his rise to fame. These years of introspection, though difficult, became essential in helping Smokey confront the realities of aging, personal responsibility, and the need for balance in his life. Rebirth and creativity, a new era. Emerging from the challenges of the early 1980s, Smokey found renewed focus and purpose. He turned towards spirituality and creative discipline. His 1987 album, One Heartbeat, reflected not only artistic excellence but also a personal revival. The calmness in his voice, the clarity of his lyrics, and the steadiness of his stage presence revealed a man who had confronted personal darkness and emerged stronger and more centered. This period marked a significant turning point, a testament to resilience, and a reminder that even in the face of adversity, creativity can flourish. Later life and personal happiness, a quiet love. After years of personal growth, Smokey found love again when he married Frances Gladney in 2002. Their relationship, grounded in long-term friendship, mutual respect, and shared values, represented a quieter, more grounded phase of his life. They maintained a private life, away from the glare of public scrutiny. In his later years, Smokey's focus shifted to reflection and gratitude, cherishing the knowledge that his contributions to music remain timeless. He continues to inspire, not only through his music but through his example of perseverance, humility, and dedication to life beyond the stage. Legacy and the power of music, a life of enduring influence. Smokey Robinson's journey, from a quiet boy in Detroit to an international music icon, reflects the power of talent, discipline, and heart. His influence on Motown, on music, and on the cultural understanding of love and emotion is immeasurable. Yet his story is also a reminder that behind every legend is a human life filled with complexity, growth, and resilience. The same voice that serenaded millions has carried the weight of decades of experience, triumph, and transformation. His legacy is not just the songs he wrote or the hits he performed, but the example he set for navigating life with honesty, reflection, and commitment to both art and humanity. A life well lived, the journey continues. As Smokey Robinson reflects on his 85 years, it is clear that his journey has been extraordinary. From the streets of Detroit to the stages of the world, from Motown's early days to decades of artistic achievement, his story is one of endurance, creativity, and emotional honesty. Every note he sang, every lyric he penned, carries the echoes of a life that has seen joy, struggle, love, and transformation. Smokey remains an emblem of music's power to heal, inspire, and connect, showing that even amidst complexity, the human spirit can shine. His life is a reminder that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, every triumph a chance to give back, and that a true legacy is measured not only by fame, but by the hearts touched along the way. Conclusion. Smokey's enduring humanity. Smokey Robinson's life, spanning over 8 decades, is a testament to the power of resilience, creativity, and love. His music, artistry, and influence remain unmatched, but the depth of his story lies not only in public achievements, but in the private perseverance, reflection, and personal growth that shaped him. From a boy in Detroit to a Motown legend, his journey is a masterclass in embracing life's complexities with grace and dedication. As he continues to reflect, create, and inspire, the world remembers Smokey Robinson not just for the songs, but for the enduring humanity that shaped them. A life lived fully, with love, passion, and quiet strength.